let's talk about elevator tones, Patrick Klepek.
Okay.
There's been some viral videos going around this week about what happens when innies go into the elevator in Severance. When someone goes into the elevator, you hear a tone G. Right? Like the notes, the note is a G. So you hear G. And then when the outie becomes an innie and they get down to the severed floor, you hear C sharp. Right? So it goes G and then C sharp. From top to down. Here's how good this show Severance is that has been a motif that has been throughout the whole show. Like whenever someone makes a transition from outie to innie, you hear those two tones in that order. This episode opens with Irving waking up and becoming his innie. Now, I will say that the tone you heard at the beginning of the episode, I believe, is G. So that does depart from what the show has done in the past. It is because theoretically you're only supposed to hear G when the outie is going in. But I think at the beginning of the episode, it is a G when Irving shows up, and that's his innie, presumably, unless there's some freaking twist and it's not his, innie. But like, and this is my understanding. And then at the very end of the episode, when Seth Milchick says, remove the Glasgow block, and then Helena becomes Heli R, there's two things that happen that indicate that transition has completed. One is whenever the show transitions from outie to innie, the focal length of the camera changes. It's this thing where you can push the camera closer, but like make the focal length wider so that the person stays the same size, but the kind of dimensions of their face change a little bit. Like they look a little bit, more far away, more wide angle. It's hard to describe on a podcast, right? But hopefully, if you're watching the video, my editor John is showing this on screen. You see that happen on screen. You see the focal length of the camera change on Heli R's face, indicating that she has transitioned from her outie to the innie, which is very cool because it happens underwater, and you usually don't see that underwater because you need to physically move the camera in order for that to happen. So I actually don't even know how they achieved it. My guess is they did CG for this, but I'm not sure. Like they could have figured out a way to like move the camera underwater. But typically it's not an underwater movement because you need to physically push the camera in or pull it back. So that's something that happens this episode. Also, the tone that plays at the very end of the episode is a C sharp. So it is the tone that is typically reserved for when an outie becomes an innie. And all that stuff is all subconscious. The show doesn't explain any of that. The show doesn't say, by the way, whenever this, but you've been hearing it the whole show. You've been hearing these tones the whole show. That's how they showed that Helena became Heli R at the end of the episode. And it was super, super cool. Hey everyone, David Chen here. Thank you so much for watching that video from Decoding TV. If you want to get an audio version of the show, all you got to do is go to podcast.decodingtv.com. And if you want to support what we do, get ad-free episodes of the podcast and also bonus episodes of the podcast, go to decodingtv.com and become a paid member. Of course, you can also like and subscribe for more. We appreciate it. Thanks. See you later.